As you sit there listening, just allow yourself to notice how some ideas arrive at the perfect moment, like a punchline that lands with impeccable timing, sparking laughter before you even realize why it's funny. You might find that life, in its infinite wisdom, often syncs events in ways that feel as if they were always meant to unfold precisely as they do. Consider personal timing, how milestones find you, like doors that open just as you're ready to step through them. Sometimes you hesitate, wondering if you're ready, only to realize the door has been patiently waiting for you to see its golden handle glinting in the light. And imagine the social timing of a conversation, where silence punctuates words, and a well-placed pause amplifies meaning. Humour, too, dances on the edge of timing, where laughter isn't created by the joke, but by the split second before it lands. What if you lived life as though you were the comedian and the audience both at once? Spiritual timing has a rhythm of its own. It's like music you can't hear, but deeply feel. Some moments bring challenge that, in hindsight, you realize were gifts wrapped in the strange paper of discomfort. And other times, synchronicities unfold, those magical, meant-to-be events, inviting you to trust the timing of the universe. Isn't it curious how trust grows when you simply let go? Destiny whispers, relax, everything's on schedule. And you begin to notice how even delays can be blessings in disguise. Like when you miss a bus but catch a sunset, or when a detour leads you to someone or something you didn't know you needed. So think about relationships, romantic, platonic, professional. Timing here is like surfing, catching the wave just before it peaks. Have you ever wondered how the universe seems to nudge you in someone's path at exactly the right time? And even when it feels like you missed an opportunity, what if life was just saying, not this one, but the next one? With this belief, notice how opportunities, they aren't finite but cyclical, like seasons, and just as flowers bloom in the spring, connections flourish when timing and readiness align. And as you observe this, perhaps a quiet sense of peace begins to unfold. And then there's comedy, the spice of timing that turns the mundane into the magical. Life, with all its ups and downs, sometimes feels like one big cosmic joke. The setup, the irony, the payoff, timing is everything. Can you imagine embracing this? Laughing at the quirks and the odd, logical timing of things. When we laugh, we breathe more deeply. When we breathe deeply, we live more freely. So take a moment now to reflect, without reflecting too hard, as if you're gazing at a calm lake, where ripples slowly form from drops of insight, falling gently into your awareness. Personal timing teaches you patience. Spiritual timing whispers trust. Social timing enhances your presence. Comedic timing invites joy. And as these ideas settle, you might find yourself noticing in the coming days how timing weaves through everything, not consciously, but in the background, like the rhythm of a favourite song you hum without even realizing. So as you take a moment to settle more deeply into this experience, you may begin to notice how the rhythm of your breath naturally syncs with the pulse of life around you. Perhaps without even trying, you already have begun to sense the deeper truth about timing, those moments when things click, as if they're always meant to happen just this way. So let's journey further now along your unconscious to absorb these ideas effortlessly, as though you've always known them. And isn't it interesting how the universe seems to move at its own perfect pace, no faster, no slower? When you look back at your life, you might notice how certain events, even the ones that felt difficult or untimely, they're actually perfectly placed, like a cosmic puzzle, where each piece fits snugly, just when you're ready to see the bigger picture. And you might wonder what it would feel like to trust this timing fully, to know that every delay, every detour, every sudden change is part of a grander design. Imagine feeling a deep sense of relief, as though a weight has been lifted, because everything is happening exactly as it should, even when it doesn't seem this way at first. What if you could notice how even the smallest signs, a feather on your path, a synchronistic meeting, a gut feeling, they're gentle nudges from the universe, guiding you towards your highest good. And perhaps the more you notice, the more these signs appear. Now think about laughter, how it erupts from the depths of your being when a joke lands just right. Isn't life itself full of such moments? Times when, looking back, you can't help but chuckle at the sheer absurdity of it all. What if every misstep, every awkward moment, every unexpected twist was part of the universe's own stand-up routine? And you might discover that laughter comes more easily when you stop trying so hard. So imagine walking through life with a sense of playful curiosity, seeing each day as an improv act where you feel free to say yes and to whatever unfolds. What if every challenge was simply the setup for a punchline that you've yet to hear? And every laugh a reminder that you're exactly where you're supposed to be. Perhaps as you notice this, a lightness begins to grow within you, as though your soul itself is smiling. And now, as you think about relationships, notice how timing seems to shape them all. A conversation that starts just when you need it. A friend who reappears in your life, as though by magic. Even the pauses, the silence between the words, they carry their own meaning, don't they? And you might realize that timing is a dance. And you are already a natural dancer. Imagine stepping into every interaction with an intuitive sense of when to speak, when to listen, and when to simply be present. The kind of presence that draws others in, like moths to a flame. And what if you could feel the rhythm of connection in every encounter, as though your unconscious mind were always guiding you, effortlessly aligning you with the people and the opportunities meant for you? And isn't it nice to know, even when the timing feels off, it's simply setting the stage for something better to come. So, as you let these ideas drift, like seeds carried on a gentle breeze, your unconscious begins to plant them exactly where they need to grow. There's no need to force anything. In fact, the less you try, the more natural it feels. Because these beliefs, they're already becoming a part of you, aren't they? Spiritual timing reminds you that life unfolds perfectly in its own time. There's no need to rush or worry, because the universe always has your back. Comedic timing teaches you to embrace life's surprises with laughter and grace. After all, isn't it funnier when you let go of the script and enjoy the unexpected? And social timing helps you to navigate relationships with ease and flow, finding connection in every moment, whether it's a brief smile or a deep conversation. And as you continue on, you might notice in the days to come how effortlessly these ideas begin to manifest in your life. How you feel more attuned to the rhythm of the universe, more playful in your approach, more present in your connection. And it's interesting to think about where the newfound sense of timing might lead you next. So, as you let your awareness gently expand, noticing all the sounds around you, the rhythm of your breath, and perhaps every sensation of calm curiosity, you might even begin to sense how timing weaves itself through your experiences, like a thread in a tapestry, invisible yet essential. Timing connects everything, doesn't it? So let's explore deeper now, letting your unconscious mind absorb everything effortlessly, like a sponge soaking up water. Because isn't it fascinating how some moments feel divinely orchestrated, as though an invisible hand were guiding events to align just for you? And imagine what it feels like to trust that flow completely, knowing that every event, no matter how small, is part of a larger perfect plan. And maybe you've already realized that the universe doesn't rush, and it doesn't hesitate. It moves at exactly the right pace. And as you feel this truth settle in, like a soft blanket of understanding, you might notice a sense of ease washing over you. And what if every no that you've encountered wasn't a rejection, but a redirection? What if every delay wasn't a roadblock, but a pause for alignment? And as you consider this, Isn't it comforting to know that the universe always knows the right timing, even when we don't? And now imagine this. Life is a stand-up act, and the universe is its headliner. The funniest moments, they aren't planned. They happen when you least expect them. And isn't it amazing how, when you stop taking things so seriously, you start noticing the punchlines all around you. And you might begin to sense that every awkward moment, every mistake, every unexpected twist is part of life's cosmic comedy. What if you could embrace these moments, not with frustration, but with laughter? What if you could see each stumble as the perfect setup for your next triumph? And what if the more you laughed, the more you realised how perfectly everything is timed? Because humour doesn't just happen, it arrives precisely when it's needed. And as you think about this, maybe a small smile begins to form. As if your unconscious already knows the joke is on you, in the best way possible. So, as you think about the people in your life, notice how timing shapes your connections. A chance meeting, a long-awaited reunion, even the simple pause between words in a conversation. It's all part of the dance, isn't it? And you might find yourself wondering how effortlessly you can tune into this rhythm. Imagine stepping into every interaction with a deep sense of presence, as though you instinctively know when to speak, when to listen, and when to simply be. And what if you already have this skill buried deep within you, waiting to emerge, like a musician who feels the beat without thinking? You can find the perfect timing in every conversation, every relationship, every connection. And as this belief settles in, perhaps you'll begin to notice how much easier it becomes to truly connect. And now, let's let this all settle, as though your mind were a garden. And these beliefs, they're seeds being planted in rich, fertile soil. There's no need to force them to grow. They already are. Spiritual timing reminds you, life unfolds perfectly, always at the right moment, even when it seems otherwise. Comedic timing invites you to find joy in the unexpected, to laugh with life, and to embrace its quirks and surprises. And social timing gives you a natural sense of flow in relationships, allowing you to connect with others in meaningful, effortless ways. And as you let all of this sink in, you might begin to notice in the coming days and weeks how these new ideas, they subtly shape your perspective. Maybe you find yourself laughing more easily, or perhaps you feel more at ease with the timing of life's events, or maybe without even trying. You sense a deeper connection with all the people around you. And isn't it nice to know that your unconscious, it's already taking care of everything, just like that, because timing, after all, it's always perfect, even when it surprises you.